So I want to cover all the skills that we've gone over with our little cutie here. So what we're going to do here is the most important exercise that we go over first. This is a behavior exercise which will help Mac basically gain emotional regulation and work through overexcitement or anxiety or fear. And so what we're looking for from him is to go into a DOWN and then rest his little chin down on the mat or on the ground. Perfect, just like that. And when he is hanging out and relaxing, then his body language is sending a message to his head, his brain, that everything is okay. And so when he's got something, let's say 7 o'clock in the evening, starts getting wound up, getting super excited, you can break out your mat, put it down on the ground, and he'll come over, plop on down, lie down, and then rest his little chin down. And it's basically a fake it till you make it situation where he's going to be in a really relaxed body posture, even though he's feeling wound up and he's needs to work through that big emotion. So I've had folks use this for dog-friendly hotels, for plane rides, and you can use it for different sounds that your dog may be fearful of, or any stimulus. And so you can Google a sound, put it on the lowest volume, start to ratchet that up over time, and you can get him at a distance to where he can do relax on the mat. Let's say it's bicycles, take him down to the park, do it from 20 feet, 30 feet, wherever he can lay down and relax. And then the next day, come on back to the park, get a little bit closer, maybe 5 feet closer, and the next time 5 feet closer, and he'll be beginning to desensitize and counter-condition to that emotional response that gets him really wound up. So you're going to break out the mat. You just use something like a towel when you're working with him, and then scoop it up when you are done. So it's not something that just stays out 24/7. So it's a command-free exercise. We never say anything. The mat is what gets him to begin to utilize or begin to do the exercise and run through it. So next we're going to go over some name game exercises, which from a strong name response. We'll say Mac. As soon as he makes eye contact, I'm going to click at that moment. Then Mac. Not going to drag a treat up towards my face, just say his name. Then I'm going to drag a treat out to the side. Mac. He's got to come back even though he's interested in looking at that treat. I'm going to toss a treat over here on the ground. Mac. Good. He's got to come on back even though he's interested in that treat that's on the ground. It's an excellent parlay into some recall. So just having Matt come when called. So we toss a treat over here. Me walk over here. Matt, come. Good job. Mac, sit. Good job, bud. Mac, down. Good job, bud. Mac, stay. Free. Very good. So he's got an excellent sit down stay. You're always going to want to say a command one time, give him a chance to think it through, and it'll cultivate a stronger learning response from him. So I never want to say something repetitively. I don't want him to get used to drowning me out and realize that I'm only going to say things once, and he's got to focus and pay attention. So another side note is free is his release cue after he's done with a stay. And that's when he knows that he has completed his mission on that one. So next, let's go over his leave it exercise. Leave it. Good. So which wants some good impulse control? Leave it. Good. And he's pretty definitive in the way that he pulls back. Leave it. Good. So you really notice that head pull back when he sits back. He's really letting you know that he's moving away from it. So you're welcome to utilize treats, wait till he's interested, and then have him pull back, leave it. Good job, bud. And then also use as many different items as you can to help him make a broad-based generalization that leave it means leave anything. So he's done an excellent job on that. Mr. Mack, touch. Good job, bud. So what we're looking for on this one, I want him to come up. Mack, touch. Come up and bump my hand with his nose. So this is a way to get him positioned wherever we want him. Also a good attention getting exercise. Mack, touch. So if we're out walking and he's not exactly where we want him to be, then we got this tool in our toolbox to be able to get him positioned. Also, so you don't have to physically coerce him and move him around at all moving forward. You can just put your hand out, tell him to touch, and that way it's just a more gentle way that you can get him to do what you want, and less physically demanding for you as well. So you can certainly start to work on Mac, touch. Certain things like getting a dog to jump up in a car could be a simple touch. Getting to do it from further and further away. Touch. Yeah, good job, bud. So walking up here, he would have to step up on the first step here, and he's not quite sure if that's okay or not. So anyway, just helping him to realize that he needs to go wherever you let him know simply with your hand. So if you're out in public and let's say that he's also getting distracted by something, you can just tell him touch, boom, and get him to focus back in on you. So has a lot of different applications. All right, bud. Mac. Space. This is our anti-jumping exercise. So I want Mr. Mac to give me about a 2-foot bubble around myself. I'm always going to treat from the ground on this one when we're working on it, so that he realizes everything comes from down low, and I don't want him to focus on anything up high. So let's try one from the side. Back. Space. Perfect. So you'll notice that he just becomes stationary and stops. Sometimes it can be a sit, sometimes a down. That's all well and good. I don't care. I simply want it to be stationary and outside of my my bubble here. So let's try one from behind. Mac. Space. Good. And you can get him a little bit wound up and give him a shot too. Mac. 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 Space. Very good. Excellent. So that is exactly what we're looking for in our space. So it's our anti-jumping exercise. We want the 2-foot bubble around me. Mac, space. And I like to use it as a preventative measure. So prior to Mac having an opportunity to jump up on me, I want to utilize the command space. If he does jump up on me, then I can utilize the space command at that point. Tell him space, he jumps on down, he's done the right thing, great job. But I like to use it preventatively, as a preventative measure, so it's less reinforcing for him. So every time he does it, it's going to be more reinforcing. It's a way for him to engage with you. He's just happy to see you. Usually is the biggie with jumping up on folks, and so to stop that before it has an opportunity to occur is the best way to remedy that jumping. Very good job, bud.